Thank you so much, sir. Jahan Zaywali from Airway News TV, Pakistan. As this summit is being held in India, there is too much tension in the region due to the current situation of Afghanistan. Groups like ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and Tehrik-e-Taliban, Pakistan, and many others also gained the control of the military equipment worth $7 billion left behind by American forces. So, sir, is there any...
Say that last part again.
So they also gained the control of the military equipment left behind by American forces in Afghanistan?
Yeah, just let me stop you right there.
Okay.
There was no equipment left behind by American forces. There was a small amount of equipment and some aircraft at the airport when we finished our evacuation efforts, but they were all rendered unusable as we left. In fact, the only thing that we left that the Taliban could take advantage of was some airport mechanic capabilities, tow trucks and trucks with ladders on them and that kind of thing. I think some firefighting equipment. The equipment that you're talking about, and I don't mean to get pugilistic here, but it's an important point. The equipment that people are saying the Americans left behind, that was equipment that was transferred well in advance of our departure to the Afghan National Security Forces. It belongs to the Afghan National Security Forces because that was part of the mission that our troops were involved in Afghanistan to do in the first place, which was to train up and to support Afghan National Security Forces as they took charge of security in their country. And they needed equipment to do that. And so there was turnover of American equipment to them. They, as the Taliban advanced on Kabul and other places throughout the country, they abandoned that equipment, not the United States. Sorry to interrupt you, but that's an important point, and I wanted to make sure I made it.
Thank you so much for that, sir. And secondly, sir, a few months ago, President Biden, in his remarks, said that Pakistan is the most dangerous country with the nuclear weapons. What kind of concerns President Biden have about Pakistan? Thank you.
We know that the Pakistani people continue to suffer the threat from terrorism, particularly along that border, border with Afghanistan. And we're going to continue to work with Pakistan to the degree that they're comfortable with, of course, to help address those kinds of security threats to their own people and to their own borders, because it's not an insignificant threat. There is a lot of danger that's still posed to the Pakistani people, and the president understands that, and he's committed to continue to work with Pakistan.
President Biden is going to India for an important summit. There is an unresolved issue of Kashmir between India and Pakistan. Worst ever human rights violation and crimes against the humanity witnessed there. Is the Kashmir will be the part of discussion? Secondly, Pakistan offered many times to India peace talks, but India is avoiding that. Could you comment on that?
I won't comment on the second question. That's for Indian leaders to speak to. And as for Kashmir, our policy has not changed. We believe that is that the tensions there are best resolved by the parties themselves. Now, broadly speaking, not specifically to Kashmir, but you talked about human rights. Human rights is a cornerstone of President Biden's foreign policy. And he never shies away, nor will we ever shy away from raising concerns about human rights with his counterparts overseas. And that was the case when Prime Minister Modi visited here to Washington, D.C. not long ago, and it will be the case going forward. I mean, he absolutely will not shy away from mentioning our concerns and raising our concerns about civil and human rights all around the world, including there.